So welcome back to episode 13 of my Vlogmas series. In today's video, I'm going to be going through my top 5 daily trainers for this year, 2023. I've got all 5 of them here with me and I'm going to go through them, ranking them from 5th all the way up to 1st. And I've chosen to rank these based purely on performance and comfort. I've chosen not to include price point in this one, and these are simply the best running shoes that I think money can buy this year. Let me know in the comments, what is your favourite running shoe of this year, as well as what running shoes are you looking forward to test in 2024. So in at number 5 is the Hoka Clifton 9. I've ran 89 kilometers in this pair and it costs £130. For me, the Hoka is one of the best daily running shoes in terms of soft protective cushioning. It's one of my favourite shoes to use the day after a hard interval session or a long run when my legs are feeling a little bit beaten up, and I just find the midsole on this one offers a real good protection from the ground, which make it one of my go-to for 2023. It is an out and out daily running shoe, so I wouldn't want to be doing any tempo work in this shoe, and I would say that is probably the downside and why this shoe isn't a little bit higher up the list. But in terms of daily running shoes, if you're looking for comfort, soft cushioning, then the Hoka Clifton 9 is one of the best by far. So in at number 4 is the Adidas Boston 12. Now this shoe costs £140 and I've ran 169 kilometers in it this year. For me, it was the best update to a running shoe that we saw this year. So I think the 10 and the 11 of the Boston range from Adidas were a little bit on the heavy side, a little bit clunky, and let's be honest, a little bit boring to run in. Whereas this update is really good, a much more nimble Boston, and I found this is a great sort of daily running shoe that can also pick up the pace. So for me, its plus point is its versatility. I'd say it's the best sort of in-betweener shoe of the year in terms of you can do your daily miles in this shoe, nice and easy paced, but you can also pick up the pace. For your tempo work, even interval stuff on the track, this shoe has been really, really good. I'd say the only downside to the Boston 12 is it doesn't necessarily offer as much comfort as some of the other shoes that I've included in my top 5. It's a little bit more stripped back. It's more focused maybe for tempo work. The upper isn't quite as plush and the cushioning is a little bit more suited to picking up the pace rather than being protective for those daily miles. So the Boston 12 is a great option for somebody looking for sort of an in-betweener shoe. So in at number 3 is the On Cloud Eclipse. It costs £170 and I ran a total of 144 kilometers in it so far. For me, it's replaced the On Cloud Monster in my rotation, and it's the latest sort of daily trainer from On Running. I've been really enjoying the smoothness of this one. I think On are really onto something with this new Cloud Tech phase. The way the sort of cloud elements compress in the dominoes sensation offer a really nice, smooth, fun shoe to run in, and the midsole is a little bit softer than what you would traditionally see with On Running. The only downside to this one, I think, is the price point. £170 I think for a daily trainer of this style is a little bit on the expensive side. Yes, it offers max cushion and it is a very smooth, enjoyable shoe to run in, but I just would have liked to have seen it maybe £20 cheaper if at all possible. So in at number 2, we're hotting up now, is the Nike Invincible 3. This one cost £175, so again a little bit on the expensive side, and I've run 287 kilometers in this shoe. In my opinion, this is the best midsole on a daily running shoe. It's soft, squishy, protective, but somehow also really responsive, which make it again a very versatile shoe. It's one of my favorite shoes to put on again after a hard interval session, on the days where I need to just offer my legs a little bit more protection, and it's a very bouncy, fun shoe to run in. For me, the improvements to this shoe from the second version were that it's a little bit wider, which just make it a little bit more stable. However, the downside to this shoe is that it does have a very soft and squishy midsole, so I would say stability is still a little bit of an issue with this one. I think if I did all of my daily miles in the Invincible, then I may have some ankle issues because it doesn't necessarily offer that much support. But that being said, one of my favourite shoes, still use this shoe even today, and I think it will be in my rotation for a long time to come. So my favourite running shoe of 2023, my top spot this year is the Asics Super Blast. Now I have really enjoyed this shoe to the point where this is my second version. I got sent a pair of the Super Blast when it came out, and I ran over 400 kilometers in the shoe. And before I went to Kenya, I treated myself to another pair. So this is my second version. In total, I've ran 414 kilometers in the Super Blast this year, which is the most of any of my running shoes. And it comes in at £195, which is definitely the biggest downside to this shoe, is just how expensive it is. I wish it was a little bit more affordable so more people would buy it and get to experience this great running shoe. It is my favourite shoe of the year for a number of reasons. So for me, it offers a great level of comfort, max cushion, soft responsive midsole. It's highly versatile and has unreal durability, which for me make it one of the best shoes I've ever worn. I can do a wide range of activities in this shoe, from easy runs, long runs. I can even do some marathon pace stuff in this shoe. It's unbelievably lightweight. And I think the big plus side to this shoe is the midsole. It uses the FF Turbo, which is what Asics use in their carbon racing shoes, but this shoe doesn't have a carbon plate, which just make it a little bit more suitable for those daily miles. But yeah, I've not heard anyone who's brought this shoe and been disappointed. I just wish it wasn't £195. So maybe Asics can lower the price point of this one in the years to come. But for me, in 2023, this shoe takes the top spot, and to be honest with you, none of the others really come close. So there we have it, my top 3 daily trainers of 2023. In third, the On Cloud Eclipse. In second place, the Nike Invincible 3. And the top spot by quite some margin for me is the Asics Super Blast. Until next time, aspire to run, run to inspire, and we'll see you again soon.